So let's talk about something that I know keeps a lot of business owners up at night. You're asking yourself, why isn't my business showing up on Google Maps? You feel like you're doing everything right, but for some reason, customers just can't seem to find you. Well, let's dig in and figure out why that's happening.
Okay, so picture this. You're great at what you do. You're a top-notch plumber, an amazing roofer, you make the best coffee in your entire town. You've got the skills, you've got the team, you're ready to go. But there's one really nagging problem. The phone is just quiet.
And it's super frustrating, right? Because you know for a fact people in your area are searching for exactly what you offer, like right now. So if they're out there looking and you're here waiting, where's the disconnect? Well, the answer might be a little more digital than you think.
To solve this little puzzle, we've got to think like a modern customer. When they need a local service, where do they go? I'll tell you, they're not pulling out the phone book. Heck, these days they're not even starting with a regular Google search. They are going straight to the map.
Now check this out, 30%. At first glance, you might think, 30%, what's the big deal? But let's break down what this number really means for a local business like yours.
What that means is that nearly 1 out of every 3 searches on a phone for a local business is happening directly inside a map app. And these people, they're not just browsing. They have a problem they need solved now. They have a leaky pipe, storm damage on the roof, or they just desperately need a coffee. They are ready to buy.
And right here, this is the big aha moment. Google Maps isn't just for directions anymore. It has become the new digital Main Street. It's where your future customers are finding businesses, checking them out, and deciding who they're going to call. You have to start thinking of it as your new digital storefront.
And here's why that's so crucial. If your digital storefront is invisible, if you're not showing up when a potential customer is searching on that map, then to them, you just don't exist. They're going to walk right past your digital door and straight into your competitors.
So the big question is, why are you invisible? Why are you a digital ghost? Well, it almost always comes down to the signals you're sending to Google. Let's go through the 4 big red flags that are basically telling Google you're closed for business, even when you're wide open and ready to work.
The first and honestly the most common reason is what I call the unclaimed property problem. Just imagine you have a physical store, right? A beautiful building, but you never actually got the keys or put your name on the deed. That's exactly what's happening when you don't verify your business on Google.
And this is where verification comes in. It's a really simple process. It's just you proving to Google that you are who you say you are at the address you say you're at. They might send you a postcard with a code or have you do it over the phone, but the goal is always the same. Prove you're a real business.
And here's the kicker. If you skip this step, Google has absolutely zero reason to trust you. To Google's algorithm, an unverified business is basically a ghost. It might not even be real, and Google is not going to risk its reputation by sending its users to a business that might not even exist.
Okay, but let's say you've claimed your digital property. You're not out of the woods yet. There's another sneaky trap that gets a lot of people, and that's the conflicting addresses problem. This is where consistency is your absolute best friend.
In the marketing world, we call this NAP consistency. It stands for name, address, and phone number. And just think of Google like a detective. It's constantly scanning the internet for clues about your business. Every single time it finds your name, address, and phone number listed exactly the same, it's one more piece of proof that you're a legit, trustworthy business.
Just take a look at this. On the left side, you see all these tiny little differences. Street versus ST, maybe a missing suite number. To us, they look like no big deal, but to a computer, to an algorithm, these are confusing signals. On the right, though, you see a crystal clear, identical signal. That's what builds trust with Google and helps you rank higher.
All right, let's go back to our digital storefront. Imagine a customer finally finds you. They push open the door, step inside, and it's a ghost town. The shelves are empty. This is the empty shelves problem, and it's a massive turnoff for both your customers and for Google.
Google gives you all this space, all these shelves, to show people what you're all about. So are you using them? Have you told Google exactly which business category you're in? Are your hours of operation up to date? Have you put up some high-quality photos showing off your best work? Every single blank space is a missed opportunity.
Okay, so you've claimed your property, you've made sure your info is consistent, and you've stocked all your digital shelves. You are so close. But there's one final, and maybe the most important piece of this whole puzzle, your reputation. Google has a fancy word for this. They call it prominence. But really, it's just your digital street cred. Google is always listening to what people are saying about your business online. Are you getting good reviews? Are other websites linking to you? Is there just a general buzz about your business? The more good stuff it finds, the more it's going to trust you and show you to more people. So how do you actually build this? It's all about activity. Getting a steady stream of positive reviews is, by far, the most important signal you can send. But it also means responding to those reviews, the good and the bad. And using tools like Google Posts shows that you're an active, engaged business that cares.
Okay, so we've diagnosed the problems. Now for the fun part, the solution. It is time to flip that closed sign around to open and finally start welcoming in all those new customers you know you deserve.
The path forward is pretty simple, actually. It's just the flip side of the problems we talked about. Number one, you've got to claim and verify your digital property. 2, do an audit of your business info online and make it perfectly consistent. 3, go through your Google profile with a fine-tooth comb and fill out every single section. And 4, start building that online reputation by encouraging reviews.
And the big takeaway here is that none of this is some crazy abstract marketing theory. These are all just practical steps. It's like unlocking the front door, flipping on the lights, and stocking the shelves in a real store. It's all about being ready for your customers.
So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with one question. It's a question that should kind of keep you up at night, but in a good way. If you do these simple things, if you finally unlock your digital front door, how many new customers are standing right outside, right now, just waiting for you to let them in?
I really hope this look into Google Maps has been helpful, maybe even a bit of a game changer for you. If you want more practical tips to help grow your business, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you'd rather have a team of experts just handle all this for you so you can get back to doing what you do best, head on over to Proper Marketers. We would love to help. Thanks for listening.